opening up your legs, but you here asking family and friends for money, that's a problem. You really need to be single and close those legs. Hey, beautiful people of the world, it's your girl AReid, and if you're tuning in today, it's because you want to know why your girl is single and celibate, and maybe why you may consider doing the same. So for starters, as always, I just have to say thank you for joining in, whether this is your first time watching or you've been around your girl's page before. And as always, feel free to like, share, comment, and of course, subscribe. So for starters, I am single and loving it. If I'm gonna be honest, I am loving this single journey. The reason why I am single is because I already know that I'm a wife. And a lot of people don't truly understand what I mean when I say that. But I recognize that I am not a casual dater. I am not somebody who can be a situation, right? Like I can't have any type of situationships. And I need commitments and on a higher level. So I know I'm called to be a wife. I know y'all see this beautiful ring shining. But in all seriousness, me saying that I am a wife, it doesn't mean that I want to get married right now, today. The next person who walks into my life, ooh, Lord, I know that's my husband. No, it's not one of those situations. So I'm very intentional about if I'm going to speak to somebody, and typically I like things to be organic. So this is not a forced thing by any means. So I feel like in the past, before I was on this journey where I was committed to building a better relationship with myself, getting to learn myself, respecting myself on another level, yeah, like I was out there, dating, whatever that really means, right? That's probably a whole other conversation, but dating, I was out there dating, and to be honest, it never felt right. It always felt like I was either A, just simply wasting my time, or B, stressing over somebody who I don't even need to be worrying about, because guess what? They're not worrying about me, and at the end of the day, you're not my husband, so you know what I mean? Like, it just all felt like such a waste of time for me. And I've just always been comfortable for the most part with being single. As I'm on this journey of really getting to learn myself, love on my own body, right? Accept me as is, right? Learning how to accept me right now in this moment as is. Because if I cannot accept me as is right now, what I look like expecting a man to come into my life and cherish me and accept me and find me worthy if I don't even have that relationship with myself first? And to be honest, if you are not in a space where you love yourself, guess what? You're not going to be able to A, receive love in a proper way, in a healthy way, or B, you're not going to be able to give love in a healthy way. So it's a lose-lose for everybody. Really, you'll just be wasting your time. And nobody has time to waste. And not only would time be wasted, but it's going to be a lot of heartache and a lot of pain. So for me, what I'm doing is I am learning how to love on myself in this very moment. I am in relationship with myself. At the end of the day, and this is very, very true, y'all, when it comes down to me growing into my womanhood and loving on my body, I am on a true journey of identifying myself in Christ. I want to know who my Father called me to be so that I can really walk my life out in purpose. Because right now, let me tell you, I wasted a lot of time dealing with these dudes who really have nothing for me. They have nothing for me. They had nothing for me. Yeah, it was cool, I might have you on a little rotation, whatever the case may be. I got my own spot. You could come through, leave, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it was nothing, it wasn't as satisfying. There was this void and I couldn't pinpoint it. I just don't know what it was, but there was this void in me and I had to question my happiness. I had to question, how am I walking out my life? Is my life a good representation of me being a daughter, of me being a big sister, of me being a friend? You know, like, I am very big on integrity and I want my life to be built on that. Everything that I do, my character, how I speak, how I interact with people, the business deals that I do, I want everything to be with integrity. And the lifestyle that I was living was not built off of integrity. And not to say that I was out there being promiscuous or whoring, because that's not my style at all. But at the end of the day, wrong is wrong, and I was living foul. And guess what? I had the space to do it. Okay, I had the space to do it. And speaking of space, let me just say this. If you out there sleeping with somebody and you struggling, they not doing nothing to help you financially. It's not like y'all struggling together. Like, okay, we make this conscious decision to say, you know what, we're gonna make financial sacrifices so that we can build this thing together. So we just gonna live a low budget lifestyle, minimalist, whatever the case may be. If y'all live in two separate worlds, y'all might not even be committed to each other 9 times out of 10. And you here opening up your legs, but you here asking family and friends for money, that's a problem. You really need to be single and close those legs, because at the end of the day, you just putting yourself out there for nothing. Like, you're really putting yourself out there for nothing. And he don't care nothing about you. He don't care nothing about you. He don't care about your finances, your stability, your safety. Like, those days, I'm telling y'all, those days of me living that life is over. If I'm out here sleeping with you and I still gotta work just as hard, you're not helping me with my rent. You're not helping me with not one bill. You're not helping me. And you know what? Not even with finances, but really when it comes to walking out this purpose thing, right? Are you helping me achieve my goals? Are you edifying me? Are you helping me get into the word? Are you building me? Are you challenging me in ways that's going to help build my character? Are you encouraging me to go out there and live a life not in fear, but in courage, and be bold and be fearless, right? And to have faith. If you're not doing that, I have no room for you in my life. Let me tell you, I've spent too many times crying, y'all. Crying in my bed, looking up in the corner of my bedroom, crying out to God, talking about, forgive me, because I felt guilty. I felt so guilty. And sometimes it wasn't that same day. Sometimes it wasn't 2 days. Sometimes it'll be a week. When you realize that what you want and what you need from that person, they're not stepping up to the plate and giving it to you. So now what happened? I'm out here feeling disposable. I feel like I'm taking an L. I'm here stressed out over you when I could have been putting that energy into building a business, making money, build it, like whatever the case may be, right? But instead, I'm up in here worrying about you, missing out on making money, missing out on really becoming who I'm called to be. Those days are completely over. And this is nothing against anybody that I've dealt with in the past. It's not about that. This is truly just a me thing. This is really just a me thing. So because I am on this journey of really loving myself, really coming to terms with who I am called to be, I am learning this as we speak right now. I am learning this. As I am learning this, I'm like, nah, I don't got time. I really do not have time to waste chasing behind nobody. Like, why do we put ourselves in these situations? And that's probably a whole other video in itself, but that is why your girl is single. I know that I'm a wife, and my husband is my husband. It's not the next man that's gonna walk into my life. It's the man that is my husband, and it's going to be clear, because I know that the Lord's gonna be like, this is your husband, and he's going to say to my husband that I am his wife. Okay, so that's another misconception that I don't like, is like this idea that the woman is waiting to be chose. No, I'm not waiting to be chose, because the same way that you have to make a decision about me is the same way that I have to make a decision about you. So I say all of that to say that we need to know our worth. And as I channeled through that journey, it was made very clear to me that I also need to be celibate. When the Lord called me to be celibate, I was in a relationship with somebody. And can I really call it a relationship now? No, like I don't even classify that person as my ex, because emotionally, I was not invested in that person like that. I really wasn't. So no, I don't consider that person like my ex. We had dealings. We had dealings. We were committed to each other, but I don't feel like emotionally I was invested in that relationship. So I remember one day, we spent probably the weekend together, something like that. And I came home and I just felt so low. I felt broken. I felt down. I was sad and I could not pinpoint it. I cannot tell you what it was, but I remember I was just crying. Again, crying out to the Lord, talking about, meet me in this space, meet me in this dark space, Father God, because I don't know what this is, but I need you to show me the light in one of my darkest moments. And nobody knew what I was going through. And to be honest, leading up to this point, I did feel like me and this person need to break up. But me being nice, right? Holding on, trying to give people second chances. Maybe it's me, right? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe I'm tripping out. No, I was not tripping out. The Lord was telling me that I need to get out of this situation. But I thank God, because guess what? He knows how to speak to his children. He knows. He said, Ash, you are just too kind. You are sensitive. So I'm going to break it to you like this. I'm going to need you to do a 14-day no communication with this person. When I tell you, I got up, I unveiled that cover off my head, and I was like, it was like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. And I stopped crying and I reached out to that guy and I was like, look, I need to know if this is something that I want or if this is something that God wants for me. And whether or not he really understood it, that's not my concern. My concern is that I was obedient to God. So that was when I took that break, 14 days. I committed to that process, that journey. The following morning, when I woke up, the first thing the Lord said to me was, you need to be celibate until marriage. Now look, I know. Let me tell you this. I know it says it in the Bible, but the Lord never spoke that to me, right? Like, he never told me, Ash, you need to be celibate until marriage. He never spoke that to me. This whole time I'm thinking, oh, I just need to be celibate until I'm in a committed relationship, because I didn't know no better. I didn't grow up seeing those relationships where you are celibate, remain a virgin, whatever the case may be, right? Until you get married, then you start having kids. I never saw that. To me, I thought it was gonna be first come sex, then come love, then come marriage, maybe. Because, let me do a quick little tangent. I really thought that I was gonna be a single mother. I really thought I was gonna be a single mother because that's what I saw growing up. And I was scared of that, but I was okay with that because that was my reality. And it wasn't until one of my good friends, Britt Brand, she said to me, girl, do not speak that over your life. And I was very young when she said that. She said, you are a wife. You are not going to be a single mother. And I was just like, she checked me. Because when I was saying it, I was saying it real bold. But anyway. So yeah, once the Lord told me, Ash, you need to be celibate until marriage, I was like, you know what, God? Heard you. Because at that moment is when I realized it was a light bulb that went off in my head. It was like, Ash, you've been so unhappy and you've been wasting your time dealing with these dudes that serve you no purpose, and they're not helping you walk into your purpose at all. So for that reason, I was like, you know what? Cool. I'm going to do this. And And let me tell you, it is the best tool to weed anybody out, because you can only fake that for but so long. You can only fake it for but so long. If somebody really wants to be with you, they will wait for you. And they're gonna make sure that you build a life together in alignment, right? Where you are able to set goals and conquer them and really support each other and pour into each other. And like I said, edify one another. You're gonna hold each other down. You're not gonna sabotage one another. Like, you're gonna be able to receive the love that you truly deserve. And I feel like I know it's completely worth it. Like, me being celibate, let me tell you, I'm not missing out on nothing. I am not missing out on nothing at all. In fact, I'm very happy. I'm very much at peace. I go to bed not worrying about what my man's doing. I'm not worrying about, does this person feel like a liability to me? Because that's the other thing. Like, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where, like, you're out here having sex with somebody and they are a liability to your life. Especially now during COVID, you out here having sex. It's like, if you get a cough, people's not even worrying about, oh, the flu anymore. Nobody's worrying about the common cold. They're saying, oh, COVID. You know, same thing with sex. You having sex on COVID, it's like, you could catch COVID, you could catch STDs, you could catch STIs, you could get pregnant with, and let me tell you, that was one of my fears too, always having babies with the wrong person. That has always been a fear of mine, and feeling like I am trapped. I am very scared of that, or I have been very scared of that. I feel like at this point now, I am so committed to the process, so committed to learning myself, so committed to growing within myself, that I am prepared to meet my husband. I'm prepared to meet him. And I am prepared for us to do the work, to build a strong foundation so that we can have a healthy, happy marriage and relationship. Because I need to be friends with my husband first and foremost. Like, I need to know that we know how to communicate on a level that goes beyond anything that I've ever experienced prior to. I need to know that I'm not operating out of brokenness. I need to know that my husband is not operating out of brokenness, and that we are coming into this thing ready to commit. So yeah, that's something that, like, I don't worry about having babies with the wrong person anymore. Every day I make the conscious decision. I think that's something important to note, is that you have to make the decision to say, you know what, even though I don't feel so much like I'm worth it right now in this moment, let me give it a try to at least see how I can grow within myself. Because we all have something on the inside that needs mending, that needs a little bit of extra love, it needs a little bit of extra care, right? So let's take this time, take that time to really figure out what those things is, and find solutions to release yourself, to allow you to live a more fulfilling, happier, healthier life, and to be one with yourself. Be one with yourself in such a way that you would not let anybody step into the picture and knock you off your path. You see what I'm saying? Like, it gotta be that deep. It really gotta be that deep. Like, we have to use discernment with who we sleeping with, who we're just communicating with. I just knew that me having sex was not conducive to the life that I'm trying to live. And more so, I just knew that me having premarital sex was stifling me from really taking advantage of this single journey and discovering who I am and who the Lord called me to be. Because guess what? I tried to do this thing called life my way several times for many years, and it was not working, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. It was not working. And now that I'm living this type of lifestyle, I feel at ease. I am stress-free. The only thing I worry about is making money. Like, that's it. Like, I just think about my future. What's my future business endeavors? Like, stuff like that. How to be creative. These are the things that I think about now more so than tripping off of some dude. But anyway, yeah, that is why your girl is single. and celibate because A, I'm a wife, and B, I just don't got time because I am on this journey of loving on myself and learning who God called me to be so that I could really walk out in purpose. Because I know at the end of the day, me and my husband, we are going to do kingdom work together. Mark my words. Like, we are going to come together, and I just know that my whole life is going to change. So I hope that this video was inspiring to you in any type of capacity. You know, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life by any means, but I would say that if, you know, you feel like you are in a situation and it is not serving you any purpose, maybe you should walk. But, you know, when it comes down to it, we make decisions based on how we view ourselves. So I would challenge you, look in the mirror. How do you feel about yourself? What are you deserving of? Is this person serving you purpose? Are you serving a purpose in that situation? And the key is to be honest. And there's a whole bunch of other questions we can ask ourselves, right? I feel like I'm gonna do another video regarding singleness and celibacy because it's a very lofty topic and there's so many branches to it. And I wanna make sure that if people are really considering this for themselves, I wanna make sure that you have the support to do it, even if it's casual conversation through YouTube. So, like I said, I hope that this video was helpful to you. This is just an insight to my life and where I'm at. Please understand that I am a very private person. So this video, I know I'll be out there showing y'all my rolls and my belly and all that good stuff. But this right here, this is super personal for me. So I just hope that you can honor and respect my vulnerability. As always, if you feel so compelled to do so, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Deuce, y'all.